We are back with another pick'em video. It is Thursday, October 30th in the NBA. We have a smaller 4-game slate today, but definitely liking some plays on the board. Probably not going to give out 5 like I did yesterday, but we're going to find our favorite 2 or 3 here. Also want to mention, I've been doing this at the end of the videos because I don't want to seem like I'm plugging it super hard, but I'm giving away a free month of my Discord. I really just want to get people in there talking and stuff like that, and I think you're going to enjoy what we do, especially for the NBA, but all throughout other sports as well. And that's where you get access to all my slips. So there's literally a link in the description down below. It's a free link. You sign up, it has a promo code. This was supposed to end on the 28th, but I just haven't been plugging it. So now it's going to be October 31st, Halloween day. So that's my Halloween sale, free month. There's literally no strings attached. If you don't like it, cancel it. No charge to you guys until after the 30 days. And I think you will enjoy it. So there's a lot of sports fans in there. And again, you get access to all my slips. So definitely check out the link down below. DubClub link, sign up through DubClub, link your Discord account. So first things first, let's hop into the recap like we always do. Winning day, losing day, doesn't matter. We've had a lot more winning days so far this NBA season. Gonna toot my own horn there. And yeah, we had an awesome day again. So Sandro Mamukelishvili came through for us. They only gave my boy, I think, 14 or 16 minutes, but he scored 10 points. So he got us there. Bryce Sensabaugh, great read. He did not get many minutes. There was 134 points scored by the Jazz in this game. He still stayed under, and we got plus money at 12.5. So we got some units there. D'Lo, the normal play we went to was 17.5 points and assists. He ends with 19. We also sprinkled a little bit on his 19.5 points and assists. He ends with 19. He gets taken out with 4 minutes left in that game, and the Pacers come back. They almost win. The Mavs almost lose that game. I think it's because they need a facilitator out there. Sure, Brandon Williams is scoring the ball well. He only had 2 assists. I think D'Lo needs to be the point guard for that team while Kyrie's out. I don't know what they're doing because they don't look great. Obviously, AD not playing doesn't help there much. But again, this isn't a full unit play, so I'm going to count this still as a sweep for the video picks. Evan Mobley, over 18.5 points. He got 19. Celtics blew those guys out. It doesn't look like Donovan Mitchell was ready to go, and he had an injury tag. And honestly, Mobley's line went all the way up to like 22.5 right before the game, and I was like, Donovan Mitchell's not playing this game. And then he did, but he didn't look very good other than that first quarter. But we win that one. Kevin Huerter came out to play. He had 18 points in that game against his old team. So a great read there. And then finally, Herb Jones here was not a video pick, but he was the added play for hitting 150 likes. Again, if you guys hit 150 likes in this video, I'll go ahead and add another pinned comment play. We've been doing pretty good on them. Now we're 3-2 with the Herb Jones loss. They lost by 40 points. It's hard to get your over in a game like that. He scored 5, so he got about halfway there, but doesn't get much minutes, and obviously the team gets a little bit discouraged after they're down by 40, I think pretty much in the first half there. The Nuggets crushed them. But they do go towards our record, so it wasn't a video pick, but it does go towards our record, just like the other 3 have. And we're already up over 5.6 units in the NBA season just on video picks and just on straight bets, which is pretty sweet to see. You can see I've done a few like little ladders, and plus money, I count anything less than minus 110, so like minus 109 and higher, we count for plus money, and we've been crushing those. 19 and 14 on the 50-50 record, and you can see plus 1.3 units. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're a $100 bettor, you're already up over $560. And sorry for the longer intro here, but I think this is a great teaching point because I don't know if people are expecting like massive unit days. You're not going to get that straight betting. Straight betting is great for people that want to see, steady progress up. If you're doing the right thing, which we are, we're going to see steady progress throughout the season, winning a unit, 2 units, 3 units on our best days, and losing, 1 unit, 2 units on our worst days. But for our Discord community, that's where we go for like these big money parlays. We might have a couple losing days in a row, but then we hit a 10x, 20x, 25x, 30x or something that's going to make up for a lot of those losses. So like Jesse yesterday in the Discord, you can see that, we hit this 10x. That's going to be, making up for 9 other plays that we might lose where we're going for these big money plays. And you might see some steady losses, but then you're going to get this massive win. And you can see that in the charts. Here's October. You can see ups and downs, but a steady upcrease because, the wins are outweighing the losses. And that's, the same for the entire year. 2025 up 232 units, even with these steady ups and downs and things like that. So parlay betting is definitely for people that can take it, understand that you're not going to win every single day. Straight betting is great for people that want to see the steady progress up. So I wanted to just point that out. 5.6 units in a week and 2 days in the NBA. A week and 2 days in the NBA. That's awesome so far. So again, patting myself on the back, but also thought it was a pretty good teaching point here. Let me stop my yapping. Let's hop into Props Madness and actually start talking about some plays today. Also, Props Madness, 25% off your first month. If you want to use my link in the description down below, let them know that I sent you there, and it's an awesome tool. One of the cheapest in the industries and very, very fun to use. And let's talk about Franz Wagner over his 3.5 assists, minus 104 right now on FanDuel. And you're going to see this graph, and you're not going to love it, but I really like his matchup today. They are in a back-to-back. I don't think that affects a guy as much as maybe some older guys, but Franz Wagner should be fine in a back-to-back. He was last year. here. But he's got a great matchup for some assists. First of all, Hornets 26 assists allowed. Where he gets most of his assists is right at the rim. 70% of his assists come from there. They're ranked 18th, so they're not locking up assists at the rim. And then defensive rank per position, they're giving up a decent amount of assists to these small forward positions. You're going to see a lot of red here for these guys, but Nikola Jovic, it's Andrew Wiggins. They have 2.5 lines. The guy I'd want to look at is Chris Middleton here. He only had 1 potential assist, so it's not like he was trying to dime up. And then I like to see that guy like Keyshawn George had 5 assists, 9 potential assists here. And then Michael Porter Jr., not a guy that likes to pass the ball, he had 5 assists as well. So we have seen some success from these other guys that are a little bit more similar to a guy like Franz Wagner. And with the good matchup, I like the potential here, even though he hasn't been getting them. Now let's take a look at what he's been doing for potential assists. 9 potential assists. 4 potential assists is pretty low, but here he had 8 potential assists and only converted on 1 of them. I think that's a good data point. Here he hit, and then against the Pistons, who are a tough defensive matchup, he had 6 potential assists. So it's not like the potential assists aren't there. They just need to get a little bit more meshing together. This is a newer team together, and they're 1-4 in the season. I think they're going to want to pick up a dub here against the Hornets, who, again, great matchup for some assists. Now, why do I like this again? Well, I don't like Paolo Banchero's potential to score the ball tonight. I don't think Franz and Paolo are going to be the main facilitators for one another. They're a lot more creating their own shot. But I do like Desmond Bane. I do like guys that do spot-up shooting, because if we go to his points line, we can see that they're spot-up 27th ranked in terms of spot-up shooting. So if he does get some dimes in terms of corner threes or above the break threes or whatever it might be, they're pretty weak to those spot-up positions. So Franz is going to probably be setting up guys like Tristan da Silva, guys like Anthony Black, Desmond Bane even, on spot-up opportunities, and that's where we're going to see his assists come from. And we're not asking for 6 assists, 7 assists. We're just asking for 4 here, which I think he can go ahead and do for us. So I really like the potential for him. They are in a back-to-back. I know a lot of people like to point that out. I don't think that's going to affect a guy like Franz Wagner too much. And then just to clarify, I'm not saying, go smash Paolo's unders. I think he could get to the free throw line. I think he could score some points. I don't think it's the best matchup for him. I'm more saying I don't think Franz is going to be assisting Paolo all too much. And I think other guys, Desmond Bane, Anthony Black, Tristan da Silva, Wendell Carter Jr., those guys might have better opportunities to score the ball, which is going to help the potential for Franz to get some assists. And even dating back to last year for Franz getting some assists, we can go to his assists again. And we can see, obviously, he was a better distributor last year. And they're just going to have to mesh. We're only 5 games in the season. Just like I don't think the Magic are a below 500 team. They're 1-4. I don't think that's going to stay for the rest of the season. I think Franz is going to be able to, mesh with this team a little bit more, his new additions, and be able to dime some guys up. And we can see the potential assists last year. It's like 6.8 so far this season. But even games with Paolo, we want to see with Paolo. He missed some time last year. Even games with Paolo, I think he was averaging like 8 potential assists. 8.0 potential assists, and he was over this in 63% of games. So we have a 5-game sample size. It's not looking amazing for Franz's hit rate right now, but I think we are getting here and seeing potential for a nice buy low spot at -104 for some assists for Franz. And then lastly, 239.5 is the point total, so a higher point total here, and then -2.5 spread. Hopefully this stays close. And I think Franz can definitely crush this line at some games. We know he has the potential to get a lot of assists, way more than 3.5, and I like the potential for him to go over, much better than the potential to go under here. And they need to click. They're 1-4. They'll get things rolling at some point. And again, spot-up shooters have a great matchup today. Other guys like Desmond Bane, Tristan da Silva, Anthony Black, guys that he's going to be assisting, are going to have a better opportunity to score today. And the Hornets are a weaker defensive matchup, and they allow a whole bunch of assists. So I think that's a pretty good recipe when looking at these things. He's got a much higher ceiling on this line than floor, and I think he gets it done for us tonight. Finally, moving on to the next play here. We talked about that last one for a while, but I like Al Horford, and this is going to be an official video pick. We're going to track it. +128 at 4.5 rebounds. Going up against a team that we know he's got history against. We know he has history with Giannis, and he likes playing these guys, and they rank 23rd in rebounds allowed so far in this season. He's gone up against a couple teams that do not allow a whole bunch of rebounds. You can see rebounds allowed, again, so far in this short season, or this young season. 7th in rebounds allowed, 3rd in rebounds allowed, 10th in rebounds allowed. Now he gets a rebound opportunity where they're 23rd in rebounds allowed. I do like his opportunity. We only have one guy to look at here. Karl-Anthony Towns did get over his rebounds line. You can go look at the centers from other teams. He's coming off the bench. I think he could give him a spark. He's an older dude. He's not playing back-to-backs, but at the same time, he's only played 1 game since the 23rd, so he should be well rested and ready to go. He's probably going to get around 20 to 22 minutes. That's where he's been seen. He did get 29 minutes in this overtime game. Again, difficult matchup to grab boards, but I know he likes playing Giannis and the Bucks. 23rd in rebounds. I like his potential here for some big plus money, +128 on a normal 4.5 line. Now, dating back to last year, totally different situation with the Boston Celtics getting a lot more minutes, but even in games he's seeing I don't know, 18 to 22 minutes. We'll give him that. And he's over this in 75% of games. I do like to see that. Again, totally different situation with the Boston Celtics, but we know he has the potential, even in limited time, to grab some boards, and he's got a good matchup to do so today. So I don't mind that. Dating back to last year in the head-to-head, he was able to go over this in every single game, but playing much more minutes, 27, 32, and 36 minutes. So you can't look at that. You got to take that with a grain of salt. But Al Horford, definitely a different situation, but he's going to be fresh when he gets on the floor. He's not going to play a ton of time, but I think he can gobble up some boards, especially a team that he's got history against, and he'll go out there and play hard. Again, he's only played one game in the past week, so he should be well rested and be able to grab some boards today. So I'll chase some plus money here, 4.5. I'll take the risk on a losing pick on my video picks, but we're going to get a good reward if he does go over this, and we know he has the potential to do so. So I like Al Horford. Hopefully he gets some time in the court and gets the boards. Moving into our third and final play here, it's going to be Cam Whitmore taking the under 9.5 points at minus 120. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, this is going to be a massive blowout. Cam Whitmore is going to play 25 minutes. That could totally happen. That's the risk on this play. But we are seeing Bilal Coulibaly come back for this game, 25 projected minutes here. That leaves Cam Whitmore in a normal game, 10 projected minutes. He might get more than that because of the blowout. It totally could be a blowout. But at the same time, this is a difficult matchup to score points against anyone. The Thunder are a very scrappy team. They pretty much foul on every possession because you can't call a foul on every possession. And whoever they run out there, if it's the starters, if it's more of the bench players in the second half, fourth quarter, we're still going to see a very good defensive scheme. It's very difficult for players to score in the paint. That's where most of Cam Whitmore's points come from. And above the break, that's where his other points are coming from. So it's a hard matchup for Cam Whitmore regardless, even if he gets 15 to 20 minutes, which we have seen a few of these games. I'll take the fact that the Wizards have been okay this season. They've only got blown out one time. They lost by 26 points against Charlotte, and that's pretty good for the Wizards if they can keep it relatively close, which I don't have very good faith in them to do. But if they can, I'm really liking this under for Cam Whitmore. And even if they don't keep it close and Cam Whitmore gets 20 minutes, it's a difficult scheme to go up against to score for anyone. So I'm liking Cam Whitmore under 9.5 points. Hopefully they can keep it within the 15.5 point spread. If they're losing this game by 15 points in the fourth quarter, I'm not expecting Cam Whitmore to come off the bench and try to give him a spark plug. He's not really that kind of guy. Again, projected for 10 minutes. That's not a guy you want to be looking at for a 10-plus point line. So again, I like the potential for him to go under this line much more than I like to go over. And hopefully my Wizards, not my Wizards, but I like Keyshawn George. I like Bilal Coulibaly a lot. Hopefully they can keep this thing close. And guys like Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum, the veterans on this team, don't want to just get trounced by the defending champions. Have some pride tonight, Wizards. Keep it close, and Cam Whitmore, stay off the floor. So that will do it for me in this one. Not my favorite slate in the world, but we talked about 3 plays that I'm liking, and we're going to go over the recap in just a second. Wanted to remind everyone that you can play $5 on Underdog Fantasy and get $100 in bonus funds. Essentially, that's 95 free dollars to mess around and bet with. There's really no harm, no foul in trying that out. Use code RichPicks when you sign up to get this offer, and there's a link in the description down below if you want to get access to that. Just helps out the channel and lets them know that I sent you there, and I get a little kickback my way when you guys do that, so I appreciate it. And again, 95 free dollars to mess around with to bet. That's a no-brainer, obviously. But let's get into the recap, and it's going to be Franz Wagner over his 3.5 assists, minus 104 on FanDuel. We took that for a unit. Al Horford over his rebounds, 4.5, plus 128 play, so I am going to play this for 0.8 units. That means if we win it, we win, I think, 1.02 units, and if we lose it on a plus money play, we don't lose as much as a full unit, so I think that's a smart way to do it, especially early on in the season. And then Cam Whitmore under 9.5 points, minus 120, all FanDuel plays today for a full unit. So that's going to do it for me in this one. Again, go ahead and hit that like button. If you get to 150 likes, I'll add another play in the pinned comment section. Comment something down below. I like reading all your comments, and I do respond to most all of them. So I appreciate anyone that does that. And of course, subscribe if you are new. We're already off to a hot start for the NBA season. I'm expecting more of the same throughout the entire season, and we did that all last year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I'll see you guys next one. Good luck with all your bets. Check out Props Madness as well. That was a tool I was using all throughout the video. Super fun to use, super cheap in terms of the industry standards, and you can get 25% off your first month using my code. There's links in the description for everything. The last thing I'll plug is, again, October 31st, Halloween will be the last day that you can take advantage of free month of my Discord. You get access to all of my plays, all my slips that I put out myself, and you get notified whenever I do that. So you can just click the link and tail them that way. Again, free month, no strings attached. Sign up through DubClub, link your Discord account. If you don't like it within the 30 days, cancel. You won't even get charged. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next one.